Hello everyone, this is my vlog where I talk about my business. My name is Eric Normand and my business is PF.tv, where I teach closure. It's the most comprehensive closure training material available, which is my new tagline on my website, which I haven't put up yet. I mean, the website is up, but the new tagline is not up. Okay, I'm feeling pretty good today. Got up early, did my little morning routine, which really helps me start the day off really well. And one of the things that I explore in my morning routine is I journal, and I basically just talk about what I want. There was a point a few months ago where I felt like I wasn't listening to myself enough, and it's so easy for me to be overwhelmed by other people's wants and desires, and not have any idea myself what I want, and so I just feel like I'm helping other people get what they want, but I have no idea myself what I want. And I journal. I just write down stuff that I want. Look inside, just think about it. Just whatever I want today. It doesn't even have to be like, it's not like I'm reminding myself of these big things that I've decided. It's just, what do I want now? And that really helps. So one of the things that I want is to get the content working. And yesterday I could tell I was kind of reorienting internally that I do have time for this now, this kind of content production, and that I want to focus on content production. And if I'm going to be automating or delegating things, it should be the stuff that's not content production. So let me back up. I guess I was kind of thinking that I could delegate some of the content production, at least some of the work of content production. So like, for instance, I'll write a post, then I hand it to someone to clean it up, format it, put it on the blog, all those things that are not really the production of it. But now I'm thinking that other stuff is actually better to automate or delegate. Just things that I can turn into routines. There's stuff I don't like. There's going to be some stuff that's like doing the transcripts, submitting transcripts of videos to transcriptions, or submitting videos to transcription services, stuff like that I won't have to do. It's very simple work, but you could spend your whole day just doing that kind of thing. So I started recording yesterday. So you can see my setup is all, there's my camera, my lights are there. I should put them back because I don't think I'll need the whiteboard anymore. But you can see what I have. Excuse me. You can see what I have over there, diagram that I was using. It's a course on DSLs. And this is something like, there are some courses that I don't even need to write down an outline because I believe in them so much, and I've thought about them enough that I know what I would say about DSLs. And so, there it is. I just make a couple notes on some note cards, and off I go recording. And those feel very exhilarating. Not all courses can be like that. Just as an example, the JVM course, I had to go and sit down and read about the JVM and do some research. And that's how it turned into an 8-hour course, because I realized there's a lot more. Is it 6 hours, 8 hours? I don't remember, but it's a long course. there's just a lot more that I don't think about all the time, and that honestly I never had to know. Like, what's the difference between the Open JDK and the Oracle JDK? What is the difference? Well, it's in my course now, and so those kinds of quick courses, I I like. They're fun. I can just dash them off, and I think that just psychologically, um, I need to be mindful of the fun of my work and making sure that it's something that I want to be doing, because I'm in this for the long haul, and I can take I can only take so much drudgery before I don't have any like creative energy anymore, and things become stale. So, um, strike while the iron's hot. I was on my mind. I just um, I just started recording it. So I'm also working on a larger guide that I'm calling, let me look at it, The Ultimate Guide to Closure Collections. And this is part of a strategy to cover all the topics that someone would need to learn closure. So often you'll have a chapter on collections or something like that in a book, or a section on them, and maybe a chapter per collection. Um, well, I just want to have something that is, my style, that's of comparable quality to a book chapter, but online, and able to answer questions that I see are not answered by books and things. And also, in a book, it's not linkable if it's not online too. Um, I don't know if this will really happen, but when I published all those reframe guides, people were sharing them. Even the people in the core reframe team were sharing them as resources, as answers to questions that people had on Slack and stuff like that. Like, I get a notification every time someone mentions Purely Functional TV. And so I could see, wow, people, like real people, are sharing this as like the answer, um, which is pretty cool. And so I'd like to capture a lot of these um, nuances of collections that, um, how do I put it? Um, the books I've seen, the blog posts I've seen, they focus a lot on the technical stuff. It's very correct. Here's the interface, here's what they do, and here's their complexity guarantees, things like that. All very technical, but what they don't focus on is the experience of the developer, and what how you use them. Like, how are you supposed to do such awesome stuff with it, that everyone talks about? And how are you supposed to think about these things? When do you use this one instead of that one? When do you use, or like, what's the difference between like a map, like the function map or filter, where it seems like the collection comes at the end, but in update, for instance, the collection comes at the beginning. Like, why is that? And there's actual design decisions there that that I think, you could probably point at chapters in books where they say it, but when someone is, I don't know if it just bears repeating, or um, I sense that there's something missing in the way it's explained, that it's a way to think, and that way to think is often left out of technical documentation. It's great for a reference, the technical documentation. You can just say, oh, how does this thing work again? And you look at it and like, okay, I remember now. But how do you think is a way I can differentiate myself. And I think that people really appreciated that in Reframe. The framework gives you a way to think, a process for thinking. Okay, I'm leaving lispcast.com as is. I'm not making any major modifications right now. I've still got LearnDash on my mind, and I kind of estimate that it would take um, 2 days to figure out how to migrate and um, and develop a plan for migration, because I don't want to have that much interruption in service. I don't want to take it down for 2 days and figure it out and then put it back up, right? So I want to do the migration on my local machine as a script, run it, make sure that everything looks good, that I can still buy courses, that I can still access the courses I bought, things like that. And then I'll do it. Like I've decided I'm gonna do it, unless I learn something new, like it doesn't do some very important thing that I needed to do. Um, yeah, I'm gonna do it. And there's a little bit of code that I'm gonna have to write to integrate with Restrict Content Pro and Easy Digital Downloads. So Easy Digital Downloads is a plugin that is how you buy courses individually, and when you buy a course, you get access to some zip files that are stored in S3, and you can just download it. But you can also watch it online, so you have access to the course. So when you buy it on Easy Digital Downloads, you will be automatically enrolled in the online LearnDash course. And LearnDash, I think, will give me a lot of flexibility there, because I've been wanting to have emails drip out like, hey, how's the course going? Like, where are you in the course? You can even do it based on actions. So like if they haven't made progress, you can email them again. I think that's pretty cool. I could have coded that up myself, but it's nice that it's in there. And yeah, it's also like something I control, not an external service, which it makes me feel a little bit more comfortable with that. I've actually also, this is another thing, I'm just talking in my thoughts, right? This is just rambling. But I've been thinking a lot about my email strategy, and I've wanted to like revamp it, but I just didn't know like how or where to start. But I've been thinking that no, I've got an idea now that it's got to be a lot more kind, let's put it that way. It's a common practice to offer something free, like a free download, like a PDF, and then once they put their email in, they get the PDF, but then they're also enrolled in the newsletter and stuff like that. So I've been thinking that no, I want to be a little bit kinder than that. People are getting saturated by email. Developers are especially sensitive to email lists and stuff. So I'm going to revamp that, something more along the lines of a conversation. So I send them the PDF, and then I ask them later, like, hey, did you get it? If you liked it, why don't you tell me about what what your goals are with that? And then, maybe a couple days later, say, hey, I have this mailing list, or not a mailing list, I have a newsletter. If you're into Clojure, you should sign up. There's like 9,000 people on it, and if you like this PDF, you probably like the newsletter. It's weekly. I won't spam you. So yeah, actually, I think my newsletter strategy has been working. It's slow, it's not like a speeding bullet or anything. The the email strategy that I've been employing is talk about my courses in the newsletter, talk about my own stuff, because for a while I did not. It's just one link, one link about what I've published, one link about a course, a link about the and what's it called, the conference, Closure Sync, and just over time, I think people, it just is on their radar, and I really think that it's helping explain to people what purelyfunctional.tv is, what's available on there. So, yeah. So that's I think that's a good direction to go in. It's a little bit kinder. I might even do like a double opt-in. I haven't done double opt-in because it's kind of silly. It's like, wait, you entered your email address and now you need to click on something just to, start getting the thing. But I've had a lot of trouble with spam, and it's more a protection for me, but I feel like it's also an opportunity when they get this email. If you use the default one, it's kind of boring. It's like, okay, time to confirm your email so that we can send you the rest of your stuff. But you can make it part of the conversation. It's like, hey, thanks for signing up. I don't want to bother you if this was done in by mistake, so please click here. And once you click here, you'll have instant access to the PDF. And yeah. So, I feel like this whole fear of email is often it's a lack of design, really. That people don't put thought into the emails. They just copy what other people do, or they use the defaults, and treat the person that's receiving it with respect. And yes, you can automate it, but only insofar as people are expecting that kind of automation. That's another thing that I've turned off most of my automation, and I'll only automate stuff when it's socially accepted now. And kind of, it makes sense to automate. Like if someone says, I want to enroll in this course, it'll say, would you like to receive the drip of the courses so that every couple days you're reminded of what's next? And, it's expected that kind of thing is automated. Same with the confirmation email and the sending of the PDF and stuff like that. It's automated. No one wants you to sit there and wait for an email to come in and email them individually. Okay, but other stuff like sales. I just don't buy the automating a sale. It doesn't work. I mean, yes, I do mass emailing, right? I'll email my list when there's a sale, but I write each one for that sale, and it's sent, and then that's it. So yeah. What else? So the conference videos. I didn't get a video out yesterday. I just didn't finish. We recorded the first apropos. Did I say that already? I can't remember when I recorded. But yeah, recorded the first apropos. It was really cool. I didn't get a conference video out. I want to do it today. I might be able to get it done in the afternoon. Yeah, people can wait. That's what I'm going to say about that. If I do it on Friday, today, I'll be able to have the transcript by next Friday, hopefully, and then start putting the page together, or finish putting the page together. I can obviously put it together without that. Okay, I think that's it, just about. Yeah, I've been wanting to focus. Okay, so focus, focus, focus. The For the last 6 months, I've been really into immediate social media, meaning I've been tweeting a lot. I've been trying to do this YouTube thing, um, like trying to be responsive to emails, which I do consider a social media um, in the true sense of social. It's about people, right? It's just people talking to each other. But the reason I did it was to sell Closure Sync, because you need to create a buzz. It's a timely thing. Like, I need to sell tickets before the thing happens. So it was very, very timely, and the bigger the buzz, the better. And now Closure Sync is over. It's all about timeless things again, right? If a blog post takes a month to write and do it well, so be it. And I need to eliminate that Twitter distraction that that I've gotten myself into a bad habit of. Bad now. It was good before. That said, I do want to write that Twitter client. I don't know if I mentioned it on the vlog, but I've got an idea for a Twitter client that really helps you do social media as a conversation instead of as consumption, because that's its main. The Twitter client on the web and TweetDeck, it's mostly about consumption. If you notice, like, even writing a tweet is like, you have to scroll back up to the top and click, or you know, find it in the corner and click. It's not easy to write stuff. And yeah, you can reply to other people's tweets, but you can't reply to a like. You can't reply to a retweet. And I would really like to have something that does that. That lets me follow all the tweets, or just like see all the tweets that have liked my tweets, and talk to those people very easily, like a one-click kind of thing. And then once I've talked to them, they're gone, right? Or they're out of my inbox, so that I don't see it again. I don't need to see that again, because when they respond, I'll see it again. Just like an email, right? Like, that's how I handle my email. Someone writes to me, it's in my inbox until I get to handle it. I respond, or I do the thing, and then I archive it. And I would like that for Twitter. And also, like, there's plenty of room. Like, Twitter, the column is like this big. I could go on and on about the design. The column is this big with the tweets. And then there's, like, stuff you don't care about on the left, all the trending topics. Stuff you don't care about on the right, like a video now. Like, I don't even get it. And why not have, when you click on the tweet, it shows you their full profile right there. Not only their full profile, but all the conversations you've had with them in the past. So you kind of remember this person. And it's not just a tiny little picture of them and a name that wasn't prominent enough to remember. Yeah, so being able to do that will really help the campaigns that I think I want to be doing on Twitter. Just an example of the campaign. So one thing I was doing for Closure Sync was I set up automated tweets. So, you know, David Nolan is speaking at Closure Sync. Check out the post. And those were automated. I didn't have to do anything, and they just happened on a schedule. But then people would like them, and people would retweet. And so what I did is I went to each person, like or retweet, and I asked them, "Are you coming?" Just to start the conversation, like, "Hey, you liked it. Maybe you're coming. Did you think about coming? What are you looking forward to?" Because like is just like a binary thing. You like it or you don't. But why do you like it? What's going on? Like, is this something? Do you like? So David once retweeted, and then a million people retweeted it again. And those people were like, I just like David. I'm not into closure, so I'm not coming to your conference. Like, okay, that's cool. But, nice to meet you. Anyway, it's about people. It's about being able to reach more people. It's about being able to have worthwhile conversations with more people. And well, I'm going to take a break for a second. All right, I'm back. My daughter was going to school, so I said bye. Where was I? Yeah, so I want to be able to connect to more people and not just consume, because I find when I open up the app, there's all this stuff, and most of it I don't care about. Like maybe I'm following too many people or something, but I find it's just noise when I have a purpose. My purpose is to engage with people who have given me some kind of signal that they're into what I'm doing, and Twitter is just dropping the ball on that. And I don't know, I might sell it later. It's hard to make a Twitter client that makes money, but yeah, we'll see. All right, I just want to do it for myself. Okay, this has been long enough, and subscribe, like, whatever, share it with your friends. Ask me some questions in the comments, and I'll see you later. Bye.